Hello lovely people from YouTube. We're here today with another destination tour. Today we'll be showing you a little bit of Portixol in the town district of El Molinar. It's usually referred to as El Portixol, which translates to the path to the port, because it is surrounded by two ports here. It's a beautiful area, and yeah.
Just come with us. We are standing here in front of the Portixol Hotel, the well-known Portixol Hotel, which is a delightful mix of Scandinavian simplicity and Mediterranean colors. And it's one of the points that stands for this location. But it's not the only one. We are going to show you more of this small but very exclusive location.
Yeah, so walking past these little fishermen's houses, you can get a vibe of Portixol, how it used to be, and it's kind of a reminiscence of how of back in the day, but it's heavily evolving, and this is kind of the last reminiscence of how it used to look.
Yeah, so now we are here at the beach side of Portixol, where we have the walking path, the bicycle path, and all the restaurants around. And here you can also see the houses, the ancient houses that have already been developed. Just behind us, facing the sea, we have a very, very good restaurant, really recommendable. That's where we eat, and yeah, you get it for a good price, and it's definitely recommendable.
Yeah, one of the local spots. And here, moving on the first beach of Portixol. Now in winter, less people swimming, but in the summer you get some good beach vibes here.
Yeah, so back in the days, like 30 years ago, you could find nothing over here. The only thing that you could find were goats, also rats, because there was no infrastructure, so you had a lot of rubbish over here. Not imaginable, but it is true. And yeah, now we have this zone.
Yeah, I mean, they heavily modernized this place, but they focused quite intensely on keeping the vibe that was here many years ago. So they paved it, they made it modern, but the fisherman's village vibe that used to be here, they really focused on keeping that.
Yeah, and imagine those old fishermen had houses that were worth like 30,000, 40,000 euros, and today one of such house costs 3 or 4 million euros. So imagine what kind of development has been taking place on this side.
Yeah, and the people who live here are also quite open to all the international people here. I mean, they're happy that they have their French neighbor, their Italian neighbor, their English neighbor, and some of the locals here who've been living here for 50 years, we talked to them a few weeks ago, and they really said, you know, they really like what's happened here. So just walking along here, there are a lot of these small plots that have been heavily modernized, most of which have these backyards or small gardens in them.
Yeah, and for example, or one of the best examples is the building just behind us, which was an ancient church, as you maybe can imagine. You can see the round window, and this is an interesting point, because as it was a church before, this window was used for a special event twice a year, where the sun exactly enters into this window, and you have a really, really great effect inside the house, which is like a holy light. Yeah, so now a little bit more about the infrastructure here in Portixol. So if you're walking to the right, just within 15 minutes you reach the cathedral, the famous Cathedral of Mallorca. Into the other direction, it's a 5-minute drive to the airport, very close to the airport, and also to the Playa de Palma, which is around 10 minutes by car. And yeah, of course you also have a very well connected public transport over here.
Yeah, just on the second line here, the main road passing just alongside the port promenade here. And just in terms of the lifestyle and things you can find here, you really never need to leave Portixol. I mean, you have various supermarkets over there, you have a theatre, you have many renowned restaurants here, and it's just a really kind of port lifestyle here where you can find everything you need, and you never really need to leave Portixol. on one of the local squares. Really nice flair. You have surrounded by cafes and restaurants. Really nice place to walk through after going through this pedestrian zone here.
Yeah, we of course also have several very attractive developments over here, detached houses and also single family houses. Just feel free to contact us, and yeah.
So just a little tip, just behind us, one of my favorite restaurants is Izizi Nunak. And I think, in my opinion, these are the best fries you can get on the island. They're really, really tasty.
No doubt. Yeah, so here we are at the end of Portixol at the second harbour, which is just connected from the first one by this pedestrian path where we just came over. And yeah, you are surrounded by several locations for surfers, for bicycles and for pedestrians. And
yeah, it's a great lifestyle here. And also from the image in general, but specifically this port, people for about a year last year were fighting to keep this port small. They had on every house they had a sign saying Petit Port, fighting that this port doesn't get too big and modern. So they kind of did a middle path, so this port is still small, like a fisherman's port, but it's been modernized a bunch, and it's looking like it's going to be a very beautiful spot. Yeah, so we're coming to the end of our destination tour here in Portixol. Very small, hyped area, very exclusive. We're filming on the last day of 2022, so it's going to be a lot of changes to come, and we'll keep you informed.
Yeah, we hope you had a good insight, and see you next time.